Namaste. As Varalakshmi Vratam is today, many of us are thinking about the puja, the kalash, the sacred thread, the offerings, the prayers, the fasting, and all the beautiful customs passed down through our families. And these practices can be deeply meaningful, right? And they go back generations. But today I want to sit with a question that may be quietly sitting in the hearts of many Hindu women. What are we truly asking Lakshmi for? Are we praying only for the well-being of our spouse, our children, our home, our family? Or may we also pray for ourselves? May we ask Lakshmi for health in our own bodies, clarity in our minds, courage in our hearts, dignity in our relationships, and sufficient resources to live our Dharma without exhaustion? I believe we can. And perhaps this is one of the most healing ways to approach Varalakshmi Vratam today. And I'm sure you are also thinking the same. What does Varalakshmi Vratam mean today in this age? Varalakshmi is Lakshmi as the giver of Vara, a boon, a blessing, a sacred gift. Lakshmi is often associated with wealth and prosperity, but Hindu wisdom gives us a much richer understanding of abundance, right? Prosperity is not only money in the bank. It is also nourishment. It is courage. It is learning. It's a peaceful home. It's good health. And it is the capacity to meet life with steadiness. You really missed that, right? It is the ability to give, receive, and live with self-respect. So on Varalakshmi Vratam, perhaps we can ask ourselves, what kind of abundance do I need in my life right now? Not what should I need? What everyone else needs from me, that's not the question you ask, but what do I truly need? Many Hindu women have been taught directly or indirectly that our highest role is to give, and that's our personality. We like to serve, to adjust, what keeps us happy, to keep the peace, to care for elders, children, spouses, relatives, work, home, and community. And service can be beautiful. Seva can be sacred. But there is an important difference between loving service and self-abandonment. A woman is not selfish because she needs rest. She is not selfish because she needs financial stability. She is not selfish because she needs to say no. She is not selfish because she wants to study, create, teach, work, heal, or fulfill her own Dharma. And she is certainly not less spiritual because she is tired of carrying everything alone. Let us say this clearly. Dharma does not require a woman to disappear. Lakshmi does not ask us to become depleted in the name of devotion, right? A home cannot truly flourish when the woman holding it together has no nourishment left. Varalakshmi Vratam is a beautiful opportunity to reflect on the many forms of the abundance, right? Let us take a few moments to consider Lakshmi not only as an external blessing, but as an inner prayer. Dhana Lakshmi, the abundance of resources. Dhana Lakshmi is often understood as wealth, and yes, money matters. For women especially, financial well-being can mean safety, choice, medical care and education, a secure home, and the freedom to make wise decisions. There is nothing unspiritual about asking for enough. You may pray, Mother Lakshmi, may I have sufficient resources, money, time, support, and energy to live with dignity and without constant fear. And perhaps we can also ask, what is one wise action I can take to honor this prayer? Maybe it is learning about finances. Maybe it is asking for fair payment. Maybe it is creating a budget. Maybe it is receiving help rather than doing everything alone. Dhanya Lakshmi, the abundance of nourishment. Dhanya Lakshmi is associated with grain, food, and nourishment. For many women, this is such an important prayer because may I be nourished, may I eat without guilt, may I care for my body without shame, may I rest without believing I must first earn it, may I remember that my body is not an inconvenience, it is a sacred vehicle for my dharma. If you have spent years caring for everyone else's meals, needs, appointments, emotions, and well-being, this is your reminder. You are included in the circle of care. Dhairya Lakshmi, the abundance of courage. Dhairya Lakshmi is courage, and not loudness, not aggression, not the need to prove anything. Courage is the quiet strength to tell the truth. Courage is saying, this does not work for me. Courage is setting a boundary without hatred. Courage is leaving behind an old role when it is no longer dharmic. Courage is refusing to call fear obedience. Maybe your prayer this Varalakshmi Vratam is, Mother Lakshmi, give me the courage to honor my truth with compassion. For some women, that might mean asking for help. For another, it might mean beginning a difficult conversation. For someone else, it may mean no longer apologizing for her needs. Vidya Lakshmi, the abundance of wisdom. Vidya Lakshmi is learning, knowledge, and discernment. Many of us have information. We have advice from family, social media, teachers, friends, and tradition. But wisdom is something deeper, right? Wisdom helps us to know what is mine to do, what is not mine to carry, where am I acting from love, and where am I acting from guilt? Where is my dharma calling me now? A woman's spiritual life is not meant to be blind obedience. It is meant to grow in viveka, discernment. We can pray, may I have the wisdom to recognize what is true, what is necessary, and what I can lovingly release. There's a good one. Vidya Lakshmi, the abundance of victory. Vidya Lakshmi is victory. But victory does not always mean defeating someone else, right? Sometimes victory is getting through a hard season without losing yourself. Sometimes victory is returning to your practice after a difficult year. Sometimes victory is healing your relationship with yourself, with food, with your body, with your family, or with your own voice. Sometimes victory is completing the course you have postponed for years. And sometimes victory is simply rising again after disappointment. Ask yourself, what would a meaningful victory look like for me this year? Right? Not society's idea of success, but your own. Not somebody else's life. Your own dharmic victory. Dhanya Lakshmi, the abundance of continuity. Dhanya Lakshmi is often connected with children and family, continuity. And for those who are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, caregivers, and elders, this may hold deep meaning. But let us widen our understanding with tenderness. A woman's nurturing capacity is not limited to biological motherhood. You may nurture children. You may nurture students. You may nurture a healing practice, a community, a garden, an art form, a body of work, a friendship, or spiritual lineage. You may be creating a life that will bless people you may never even meet. Your capacity to nourish and guide is sacred. Dhanya Lakshmi, the abundance of sovereignty. Dhanya Lakshmi can remind us of sovereignty, of being established in one's own inner kingdom. This doesn't mean controlling other people. It means learning not to be ruled by fear, people-pleasing, resentment, guilt, or the endless search for approval. It means asking, can I govern my own mind? Can I make choices from clarity rather than panic? Can I treat myself as someone worthy of care? A woman with inner sovereignty may still be loving, generous, devoted, and connected to family. But she no longer loses herself completely in the process. A different kind of sankalpa. This year, perhaps your sankalpa, your sacred intention, can be something like this. May I receive and cultivate the resources, nourishment, courage, wisdom, and inner steadiness to fulfill my dharma without abandoning myself. Or perhaps, Mother Lakshmi, bless my home, bless my beloved ones, and bless me with the strength and clarity to be fully present in my own life. There is no conflict between praying for your family and praying for yourself. In fact, when a woman is supported, nourished, and spiritually grounded, her presence becomes a blessing to everyone around her. But the point is not to become well merely so that you can give more, right? The point is that you too are worthy of well-being. If you cannot do the full ritual, and I want to say something to the women watching who may feel that she cannot do Varalakshmi Vratam properly. Perhaps you live far from family. Perhaps you do not know all the rituals. Perhaps you work that day. Perhaps you are unwell. Perhaps fasting is not appropriate for your body, medication, hormones, blood sugar, pregnancy, or health condition. Perhaps you are unmarried, widowed, divorced, child-free, or simply finding your own relationship with tradition. Please know this. You do not need to perform spirituality perfectly in order to be held by the divine. Rituals are rituals. You can light a small lamp, offer a flower, chant a simple Lakshmi mantra, read a verse, give food or money in charity. Very important. Prepare a nourishing meal with reverence. Sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask, what abundance am I ready to receive? Let devotion be sincere, not performative. Let the practice support your life, not become another burden you must carry. So it's very important on Varalakshmi Vratam to close with a small reflection. And you can do this with me. You can take a slow breath and ask yourself, what is the one form of Lakshmi I need most at this time? Is it courage, rest, financial stability, health, wisdom, support, a new beginning? Then ask, what is one small action I can take to make room for that blessing? Because Lakshmi is not only something we ask for. Lakshmi is also something we learn to recognize, receive, protect, and share. May this Varalakshmi Vratam bring you not only outer prosperity, but inner abundance, and may you know that your life matters. May you honor your dharma. May you receive support. May you be nourished, and may you remember that you are not only the one who gives blessings. You too are worthy of being blessed. Namaste. I'm Hema, and you're watching the Hindu Woman's Wisdom channel. Please subscribe and like and share if you enjoyed this video. Namaste.